Hello students, my name is Professor Muhammad Asim and we are doing ADMath. ADMath for IGCSE students which have syllabus code 0606 and for CIE O level students which have syllabus code 4037. So both kind of students can get equal benefit from this course. Students, in last lecture we finished question number 8 from exercise 9.6. The topic of this exercise is to solve trigonometric equations. Today we are going to do question number 9. But before I start question number 9, I would suggest all those students who are watching my lecture first time, kindly go to my playlist name ADMath, watch previous lectures of this exercise 9.6. After watching previous lectures, you will have good command on this topic. Let's start question number 9. Question number 9 is solve each of these equations for the domain from 0 to 360 degrees. Part A. Tan square x plus 2 tan x minus 3 is equals to 0. This is a trigonometric equation, and if you say that this equation is quadratic, it is not wrong. What is quadratic equation? A quadratic equation whose highest power in the given variable is 2. So this is a quadratic equation. How to solve quadratic equation? Just like same, we use middle term break method to solve this equation. Okay students, start. 3. How to apply middle term break method? You are ADMath students, you know how to apply middle term break method. 3 1 are 3, 3 minus 1 2. Tan square x plus 3 tan x minus tan x minus 3 is equals to 0. First two factors, last two factor. Taking common from first two factors, tan x, this tan x plus 3. Taking minus 1 from other two, we will have tan x plus 3 is equals to 0. So tan x plus 3, tan x plus 3 is same, right? Tan x minus 1 and tan x plus 3 is equals to 0. Now it is completely factorized, so we have to write tan x minus 1 is equals to 0. Tan x plus 3 is equals to 0. This implies that tan x is equals to tan x minus 1 is equals to 0. So tan x is equals to 1. This is positive, and tan is positive in first and in third quadrant. So finding the value of tan in first quadrant, tan inverse 1, by using scientific calculator, find tan inverse 1, you will have 45 degrees, and other value in third quadrant you can find by adding 45 into 180. This will give you 225 degrees. So for this equation we have two angles 45 and 225. Now find other angles by solving this equation. Tan x plus 3 is equals to 0. Tan x is equals to minus 3. This is negative and tan is negative in second and in fourth quadrant. So first we have to find the basic angle. Tan inverse minus 3. Use scientific calculator. Tan inverse minus 3 is 71.6 minus 71.6. But because our domain is positive angles from 0 to 360, so we will consider that this angle is positive. But this is not our final answer because we need to find the angles in second and in fourth quadrant. So for second quadrant we have to subtract this angle from 180, and for fourth quadrant we have to subtract this angle from 360. (180 minus 71.6 is 108.4. (360 minus 71.6 is 288.4. After solving both the equations, write all the angles, all the answers in ascending order. So our final answer is x is equals to 45 degrees, 108.4 degrees, 225 degrees, and 288.4 degrees. This is our final answer. So in question number 9, what we have learned from part A, we need to factorize first and then solve. This is the equation. This is the question. So every part is a quadratic equation of question number 9. Let's start part B. What is part B? 2 sine square x plus sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Again you are seeing a quadratic equation. Factorizes 1 2 are 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. So 2 sine square x plus 2 sin x minus 1 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Taking first 2 and taking last 2. In first 2 common is 2 sin x. So sin x plus 1. In last two, only minus 1 is common. So sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. So 2 sin x minus 1 and sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now we have two equations. One is 2 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0 and other is sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. Taking equation one by one. First I am taking 2 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. 2 sin x is equals to 1. Sin x is equals to 1 upon 2, which is positive. And sine is positive, in first and in second quadrant. Okay. So x is equals to sine inverse 1 upon 2. And sine inverse 1 upon 2 you can find from your calculator is 30 degree. And the second in second quadrant, second angle, so we must subtract this angle by from 180. So it is 150 degrees. 30 degrees and 150 degrees. Taking other equation, sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. Sin x is equals to minus 1. So x is equals to sine inverse minus 1. And sine minus is in, this is negative, sine is negative in third and in fourth quadrant. Okay. So find sine inverse minus 1. You will have 270 degrees. And there is only one value from 0 to 360 degrees, which gives you minus 1. The graph of sine, if I roughly sketch the graph of sine from 0 to 360 degrees, this value is 1 at 90 degrees and this value is minus 1 at 270 degrees. So this is another way to solving a trigonometric equation by using graph, but not necessary. But if you pursue, then go ahead. I don't have any problem. There are so many methods in math. You can go for any method. So writing all answers in ascending order, we will have 30, 150 and 270. This is our final answer. So hope you completely understand part B. What is part C? Part C is 3 cos square x minus 2 cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. Again you will have a quadratic equation. So 1 3 is 3 and 3 minus 1 is 2. So 3 cos square x minus 3 cos x plus 1 cos x, because we need minus 2 cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. First 2, last 2. taking common 3 cos x, cos x minus 1, taking 1, cos x minus 1 is equals to 0, cos x minus 1, 3 cos x plus 1 is equals to 0, cos x minus 1 is equals to 0, 3 cos x plus 1 is equals to 0, and from here we will have cos x, move this 1 on other side, it will be minus 1 and 3 should be divided. So we have two equations, one is cos x is equals to 1 and other is cos x is equals to minus 1 upon 3. Taking both equation one by one, cos x is equals to 1, cos is positive in first and in third quadrant. Okay, so x is equals to cos inverse 1, and you know cos inverse 1 is at 0 degree because cos 0 is 1, and at 360 degrees. You can check from your calculator or you can draw the graph from this is 360 degrees, and at this point the value is 1 and this is 0. So only two angles from 0 to 360 where cos gives us 1, that is 0 and 360 degrees. Taking second equation, cos x is equals to minus 1 upon 3, negative, and cos is negative in second and in third quadrant. So x is equals to cos inverse minus 1 upon 3, and cos inverse minus 1 upon 3 is 109.5, correct to one decimal place. And for the value in second quadrant, in third quadrant, we must find the basic angle. How achieve? Subtract this 109.5 from 180. $70.5. This is the basic angle. Hence, our desired angle is 180 plus 70.5, and this is 250.5. Hence, our final answer is write all angles in ascending order: 0, 109.5, 250.5, and 360 degrees. This is our final answer of part C. Hope you completely understand. But if you still have any problem, write in comment box. I will definitely help you. Let's move on part D. Part D is 2 sine square x minus cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. This equation cannot be factorized unless if we convert the whole equation in single trigonometric function. Right now there are two trigonometric functions, one is sine and one is cos. How we can do this? we know that from lower classes sine square x plus cos square x is equals to 1. This implies that sine square x, if we shift cos square x on other side, we will get 1 minus cos square x. So we can put 2 multiplied by sine square x 1 minus cos square x, because sine square x, we prove that sine square x is equals to 1 minus cos square x. This minus cos x remains minus cos x, this minus 1 remains minus 1. Now 2 ones are 2, 2 into cos square x 2, cos square x minus cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. Minus 2 cos square x minus cos x, and 2 minus 1 is minus 1. In order to make the first term is positive, multiply the whole equation by minus 1. So it will be minus minus plus 2, minus minus plus cos x, minus minus plus 1 is equals to 0. Now this is the perfect quadratic equation. 1 2s are 2, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 2s are 2 and 2 minus 1 is 1. No, one mistake I did. Plus 2 and minus 1 is plus 1. Sorry. And after multiplying each number by minus 1, this plus 1 becomes minus 1. Okay. 1 2s are 2, 2 minus 1 is 1. 2 cos square x plus 2 cos x minus cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. What we are doing? We are applying a middle term break method. Taking first 2, taking last 2, 2 cos x. We have to take common 2 cos x. It will be cos x plus 1 minus 1, taking minus 1, cos x plus 1 is equals to 0. 2 cos x minus 1 and cos x plus 1 is equals to 0. This implies that 2 cos x minus 1 is equals to 0. Cos x plus 1 is equals to 0. 2 cos x is equals to 1 and cos x is equals to minus 1. Cos x is equals to 1 upon 2. Cos x is equals to minus 1. Now we have two equations. We will solve both equations one by one. For this, 1 cos x is equals to 1 upon 2 is positive, and cos is positive in first and in fourth quadrant. So find x is equals to cos inverse 1 upon 2. From your calculator, you will achieve this. You will get the value 60 degrees. And for fourth quadrant, you should subtract this value from 360 degrees. You will have 300 degrees. And now come to cos x is equals to minus 1. This is negative, and cos is negative in in second and in third. But student, this is minus 1 if you plot the graph of cos from 0 to 360 degrees, you will have minus 1 at only one angle, that is 180 degrees. So x is equals to 180 degrees. You can confirm with the help of your calculator. Find cos inverse minus 1. You will definitely have 180 degrees. Therefore, we have only three angles. The solution of the whole equation, that is x is equals to, first angle was 60 degrees, second angle was 180 degrees, and third angle was 300 degrees. And this is our final answer. Hope you completely understand part D. Move on to part E. What is part E? 3 cos square x minus 3 is equals to sin x. Now 3 cos square x minus 3, move this sin x on this side, is equals to 0. Again, this equation can't be solved unless we convert this quadratic equation into a simple quadratic, single trigonometric function. We can achieve this. We just saw in previous part that cos square x is equals to 1 minus sin square x, and sin square x is equals to 1 minus cos square x. Therefore, this cos square x becomes 1 minus sin square x minus 3 minus sin x is equals to 0. 3 ones are 3. 3 into sin square x, 3. Sin square x minus 3 minus sin x is equals to 0. So this minus 3 cancel by this minus 3. So minus 3 sin square x minus sin x is equals to 0. If we take common minus sin x from this equation, the remaining is 3 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. This implies that minus sin x is equals to 0 and 3 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. Minus sin x is equals to 0 or sin x is equals to 0, no difference, because minus 1 shifted to divide by 0, which is 0. So first equation is sin x is equals to 0, x is equals to sin inverse 0. So if you sketch the graph of sin x from 0 to 360 degrees, there are three angles where sin is 0. First, second, and third. And these values are 0 degrees, 180 degrees, and 360 degrees. So this is the answer of this equation. The second equation is 3 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. 3 sin x is equals to minus 1. Sin x is equals to minus 1 upon 3, which is negative. Sin is negative in third and in fourth. So first find x is equals to sine inverse of minus 1 upon 3. It is equals to 19.5 minus 19.5, but because we are doing only on positive angles, so we will consider that this is a basic angle, and basic angle is always positive. But this is not our final answer. We need to find the angles in third quadrant, so we should add this 19.5 in 180, and for fourth quadrant we should subtract this from 360. So 180 plus 19.5 is 199.5. And 360 minus 19.5 is 340.5. So our final answer is x is equals to, write all angles in ascending order, collect 0, then 19.5 degrees, then 199.5 degrees, then first we have to write, then 180 degrees, then 199.5 degrees, then 340.5 degrees, and then 360 degrees. So we have 6 angles for this part, very important part for examination point of view: 0, 19.5, 180, 199.5, 340.5, and 360. So this is the answer of part E. Move to part F. Sin x plus 5 is equals to 6 cos square x. First shift sin x on other side, it will be minus sin x. Shift 5 on other side, it will be minus 5, and the remaining on other side is 0. Again, there are two trigonometric functions, so we have to convert cos square x into 1 minus sin square x. Minus sin x minus 5 is equals to 0. 6 ones are 6. 6 into sin square x is 6 sin square x minus sin x minus 5 is equals to 0. Minus 6 sin square x minus sin x, 6 minus 5 is plus 1, is equals to 0. In order to make the square variable positive, we must multiply the whole equation by negative 1. So minus minus plus 6 sin square x minus minus plus sin x minus plus minus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, students. Now factorize. 1 6 is 6, 6 minus 1 6 is 6, and 3 2 is 6, 3 minus 2 is 1. 6 sin square x plus 3 sin x minus 2 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. From first 2 we have 3 sin x common. It will be 2 sin x plus 1. Other 2 taking minus 1, we have 2 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. 2 sin x plus 1, 3 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. So first equation is 2 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. The second equation is 3 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. From here we will have sin x, this plus 1 becomes minus 1 and divide by 2, and for this equation sin x is equals to plus 1 divided by 3. Now solve both equations one by one. Sin x is equals to minus 1 upon 2, which is negative, and sin is negative in third and in fourth quadrant. Sin inverse is minus 1 upon 2 is x is equals to minus 30 degrees. Because we have only positive domain, so we have to consider that this is the positive angle, basic angle. So the value in third quadrant should be 30 plus 180, and value in the fourth quadrant should be 360 minus 30. 180 plus 30 is 210. 360 minus 30 is 330. So we have two angles from this equation, 210 and 330. Taking second equation, sin x is equals to 1 upon 3. Sin is positive and sin is positive in first and in second quadrant. X is equals to sin inverse 1 upon 3. Sin inverse 1 upon 3 is 19.5. So this is the value of first quadrant, and in first quadrant the value is less than 90, and for second quadrant this value should be subtracted from 180. So the value of the angle is 160.5. Hence we have answers. The first answer is 19.5. The second is 160.5. I am writing in ascending order. The third one is 210, and the last one is 330. So these are four angles: 19.5, 160.5, 210, 330. So hope you enjoy this part. Very easy but little bit lengthy. Come to part G. What is part G? You can see on the screen 2 cos square x minus sin square x minus 2 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Again we will have two trigonometric functions, two different trigonometric functions. And we need to convert cos square x into sin. So cos square x becomes sin square x. Multiply 2 by 1 by 2, 2 into sin square x now minus 2 sin square x and minus sin square x is minus 3 sin square x minus 2 sin x. 2 minus 1 is plus 1 is equals to 0. In order to make the square term as a positive, we must multiply each term by negative 1. So minus minus plus 3 minus minus plus 2 minus plus minus 1 is equals to 0. So 1 3 is a 3, 3 minus 1 is 2. Middle term break method. Now taking 3 sin x from the equation, from first two we will have sin x plus 1, and taking minus 1 from last two we will have sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now 3 sin x minus 1 and sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. 3 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. From here we have sin x is equals to minus 1 become plus 1 and 3 must be divided. And from here we have sin x is equals to minus 1. So for sin x is equals to 1 upon 3, sin is positive in first and second. So x is equals to sin inverse 1 upon 3, and sin inverse 1 upon 3 is 19.5, correct to 1 decimal place, and for second quadrant we must subtract this value from 180. 180 minus 19.5 is 160.5. For this equation, x is equals to sin inverse minus 1. We have already see in previous part that sin is minus 1 at only one angle, that is 270 degrees. We have already saw in previous part. Hence, our final answer is x is equals to the first angle 19.5 The second one is 160.5. The third one is 270. This is our final answer. So hope you completely understand part G. Now move to part H. Part H is 1 plus 10x multiplied by cos x is equals to 2 cos square x. Again we are facing two different trigonometric functions. We know that tan x is equals to sin x upon cos x. So 1 plus tan x is sin x upon cos x dot cos x is equals to 2 cos square x. This cos cancel by this cos, 1 plus sin x, and this 2 and cos square x becomes 1 minus sin square x, 1 plus sin x, 2 ones are 2, 2 into sin square x minus 2 sin square x. Shift these two terms on left hand side, it will be 2 sin square x plus sin x plus 1 minus 2 is equals to 0. Finally, 2 sin square x plus sin x, 1 minus 2 is minus 1 is equals to 0. Now, this equation is able to solve. Factorize 1 2s are 2, 2 sin square x plus 2 sin x minus sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Taking common, 2 sin x plus 1, taking minus 1 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. 2 sin x minus 1 sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. From here, 2 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Sin x plus 1 is equals to 0. For this, sin x is equals to 1 upon 2, and for this, sin x is equals to minus 1. From here, sin is positive in second and first and in second quadrant. So sin inverse is 1 upon 2, you will get 30, and other angle 180 minus 30. So the final answer is 30 degrees and 150 degrees. And we just saw in previous part, sin is minus 1 from 0 to 360 degrees at only one angle, that is 270. Hence our final answer in ascending order, x is equals to 30 degrees, 150 degrees, 270 degrees. This is our final answer. So we hope you completely understand part H. Last part I, 3 cos x is equals to 8 tan x. 3 cos x is equals to 8. What we did in previous part, tan x is equals to sin x upon cos x. This cos must be multiplied 3 cos x. We will have 3 cos square x. 8 into sin x is 8 sin x. So 3 cos square x becomes 1 minus sin square x. 3 ones are 3. 3 into sin square x is 3 minus 3 sin square x is equals to 8 sin x. Shift both the terms on right hand side, it will be 3 sin square x plus 8 sin x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now this equation is able to solve. 3 is a 9. 9 minus 1 is 8. 3 sin square x plus 9 sin x minus 1 sin x minus 3 is equals to 0. Taking common in first two, 3 sin x, it will be 3 3 is a 9 sin x plus 3, taking minus 1 sin x plus 3 is equals to 0. This implies that 3 sin x minus 1 and sin x plus 3 is equals to 0. This implies that 3 sin x minus 1 is equals to 0. Sin x plus 3 is equals to 0. From here we will have sin x is equals to minus 1 becomes plus 1 upon 3, and from here we will have sin x is equals to minus 3. So for sin x 1 upon 3, sin is positive in first and in second quadrant. So x is equals to sin inverse 1 upon 3. Sin inverse 1 upon 3 is 19.5, correct to 1 decimal place, and for second quadrant we have to subtract this value from 180. Hence final answer is 19.5 degrees, and 180 minus 19.5 degrees is 160.5 degrees. So two answers. And for this, sin x is equals to minus 3, x is equals to sin inverse minus 3. If you find this value sin inverse minus 3, your calculator gives you math error. So this is not admissible. Why? Because the maximum value of sin in the domain from 0 to 360 is 1, and the minimum value of sin from 0 to 360 degrees is minus 1, and this is minus 3, and it is not possible. So for this part we have only two answers. One is 19.5 and other is 160.5 degrees. So student, this is part I and this is question number 9. If I say that this question number 9 is the most important question of this exercise, it is not wrong. Though question number 4 is also important, but this question is very important because here quadratic factor is involved. So student, this is our today's class. where we did all parts of question number 9. What next? The next is question number 10, which is very easy, but we will do this question in next lecture. And after question number 10, the exercise will be finished and we will be starting trigonometric identities. Another important exercise according to examination point of view, but very easy. Believe me, this exercise is very easy. I can finish this exercise in a single lecture. So student, this is our today's class. Kindly do subscribe my channel, and whenever you subscribe, don't forget to press the bell icon button so that when I upload my videos you will get the notification. Kindly share my videos, my lectures, as many as you can. Okay students, good luck for next lecture.